TABÜ. Scribe note to readers. To any and all scribes, do not read this story out loud. The only person who is safe from its effects is the king himself. The amount of magical wards protecting the king are enough and more to keep him safe from the creature written about in these pages. However, I was nearly disemboweled by the creature when I dared speak a word about it. Thankfully, I was able to finally lose it by use of portal magic. Even invisibility was not enough to keep it off my trail. I am exhausted, but I managed to write about it in detail on this parchment. Everything seems to be fine and no alerts have been made at the kingdom's borders. Scribe Zen. Deep in the Sierra mountain range, there is a creature by the name of TABÜ. It is a tree-like being with almost spectral movements, as it is able to blend in with its surroundings and vanish without a trace. The same can be said about what happens to its prey. I collected this tale when I was searching for a rather rare type of flower that glows a brilliant green in the early hours of the morning and only blooms in the ripe spring days of the spring season in the northern hemisphere of Earth. See Flora Scroll Emerald Blossom. I met a rambunctious group of 4 young campers out in the woods and portrayed myself as any garden variety night hiker. They invited me to have a drink with them, which I refused, but they insisted I hang out with them anyway. Instead, I got to enjoy a delectable meal of sausages in a bun and something called a s'more. The group were close friends and documented their evening with an electronic device that would flash a light and capture an image. It seems I was drawn to the early 21st century to collect my findings. Everything was normal. That is, until one of the campers told me a local urban legend. Apparently, the whole nearby town had an unspoken rule not to talk about it, but it has been written about in numerous publications. As soon as the words left her lips and swirled over the crackling fire, she was dashed away into the darkness of the trees. The labyrinth of wood took her and left her friends behind calling out her name. At first I was shocked, but kept my composure. I immediately told the other 3 not to say anything else about what just happened. I asked if they had anything to write with, and one of them held out their device, what looked to be a flat keyboard illuminated on the screen. I tapped my buttons on the screen and asked for any information they could give me. One of the men grabbed the device from me and began tapping. Paraphrased, this is essentially what he wrote. That thing that just took our friend is called TABÜ. It is 15 feet tall, looks like a tree, and has antlers like a deer. Its eyes. Oh God. Its eyes. There's about 9 of them. Maybe more. All of them a piercing glowing blue with a sliver of black as pupils. Its head is also like a deer skull. It has razor-sharp teeth and tendrils for sharpened bark. The man could no longer continue tapping his message after that, as his eyes were drenched with tears. He passed the device to me to relay the above message. The other woman that was there was completely level-headed, if not a little shaken. She just looked at me and said, "This is why we aren't supposed to talk about it." I responded with, "You mean TABÜ?" I know it was foolish of me, but I needed to be certain that talking about it was the cause. That's when the thing attacked me. It seemed to ricochet off one of my shield wards, but very quickly bounced back. I made a mad dash into the woods, using a cloaking spell as I ran. It was still on my trail. It was as if it could see the heat radiating from my body. I did manage to cast a temporal spell on the beast, and even was able to ask it a question. This was the conversation that followed.
You are not fully human, are you?
Ancient magic, it muttered as its tendrils bounced off the shield. Yes, very much so, but I am like no human you've ever encountered. Creature, why do you attack those who dare speak of you? I do not owe you an answer. How dare you trap me in your filthy magic? But I suppose I can humor you before you die. I protect what is ancient and sacred. Humans are a parasite to this world, destroying my forest, plaguing the once clean rivers, killing for the sake of killing. And you dare trap me, its protector, with the very magic you magicians stole from the land. It's as simple as that, right? I never stole your magic, nor did the people you still take. They have not done anything to hurt you. Yes, they have. Tendrils slam into the ground, resulting in a shockwave that shook me, resulting in myself not being able to hold the concentration needed for the barrier. In that moment, a surge of enormous power came from TABÜ, and it broke free of my spell. Instantly, I summoned a portal and took my leave, but not without the beast getting one scratch. Its last words still haunt me. Now I know what you taste like, it whispered as a long forked tongue licked up the blood on its claw. I will find you. King's closing. Scribe Zen was admitted to the medical sector for a checkup, both physical and mental. There has been no sign of the creature, and Zen has been asked to take a temporary leave from her duties until the High Scribe Order can sort out this creature's tracking of her.